We want to welcome you back to Greenville. Thank you for coming again.
Thank you. I always love coming to Greenville. Great town, and so it's a good reason to visit.
Awesome. Well, we're going to have another episode on Articles of the Code, and right now we're going to be looking at Article 4, and that article reads, Realtors shall not acquire an interest in or buy or present offers from themselves, any member of their immediate families, their firms, or any member thereof, or any entities in which they have ownership interests, any real property without making their true position known to the owner or the owner's agent or broker. In selling property they own, or in which they have any interest, realtors shall reveal their ownership or interest in writing to the purchaser or the purchaser's representative.
That's a great article, and just timely for me. Just this last 2 weeks, I've had to deal with one of our agents who was an owner, and making sure they were clear in revealing that they were owner, and they're also held a South Carolina real estate license. And of course, our state, Lisa, requires that at the top of the contract that a phrase, the seller or buyer has a South Carolina real estate license. It has to be capitalized, bolded, and underlined. So they really want to make it obvious to the general public or whomever may be purchasing or selling property that we have somewhat of an advantage because we are licensed in real estate. Policies and practices.
One of the things that you may not be aware of is that even though you have it in writing, you also need to put it on your yard signs, or if it's a commercial property, on the commercial property. I don't think a lot of people actually knew that. So that's definitely one thing to notice and make aware of.
Yeah, absolutely. Owner agent, that would be an easy way if you owned a property and you were selling it, to put owner is a licensed South Carolina realtor or owner agent. That certainly will satisfy the disclosure in terms of property you own.
Absolutely. And one of the things as brokers you need to be aware of is you need to make sure that you have a policy in place that lets your agents know that they need to disclose that. So please put that in your office policy manual.
And certainly, another aside to that is too, if you are related in some regards to the principal in a transaction, make sure that's known in the contract, in the listing agreement. Put that somewhere so it's disclosed.
One of the articles that I was reading or doing research on when we were looking at this article was there was a familial status, and the realtor didn't think a father-in-law was immediate family. I would consider a father-in-law a pretty immediate family. So it's not just your brother, your sister, or your mother. It can go to your spouse, your spouse's family. I would consider that immediate family.
Yeah, certainly disclosing this is better than not disclosing it and become a problem later. And Lisa, similar to Article 4 is Article 5. It follows the article. Let me read that to us.
Okay.
And so we kind of understand the slight differences and the similarities.
Okay.
Realtors shall not undertake to provide professional services concerning a property or its values where they have a present or contemplated interest unless such interest is specifically disclosed to all affected parties.
So you can see where Article 4 and 5 are very, very similar, and it cannot hurt to disclose. It is only beneficial, and you definitely want to do that. Thank you guys for joining us here in Greenville, South Carolina for Articles 4 and 5. We're glad you were able to join us. Thanks again for coming up.
Thanks, Lisa, for inviting me.
And hopefully you got a little bit of piece of information that you can take with you and having your own business. Thanks.